Another episode of the
And
TB2 pod. You know I am the Burr. You can spell it out B-U-R-R-R-R. I'm missing my co-host today. Boss, shout out. He's got to take his daughter to a dentist appointment, so it's just Burr here. But we got a special guest that's ready to flip reality for the TB2
there we go.
podcast. I mean, this guy, and we're hoping he enjoys a root beer after a diet, or instead of a Diet Coke after the interview. Just hoping that we get some good vibes going on. But he's a WWE prospect, ID prospect. He's wrestled in AEW. He's wrestled in Evolve. He's wrestled in AAA, killing it in AAA, over in New Japan. I mean, this guy's been everywhere. He's skyrocketing to the moon. He's continuing the legacy of his great grandfather and Archibald Cartwheel, that runs in the family. Ladies and gentlemen, the human highlight wheel, once known as the Chipotle human tornado,
There we
Jack
go.
Cartwheel.
What up, man? How's it going? Thank you for
How's it
that
going, man?
intro. That was great. Good. Yeah, I'm doing well. I had a arm workout earlier and I only hit my right side, so it's going well. I'm feeling solid. Yeah.
And that was kind of where I was gonna start off. Just the first general question, man. How is the arm? What's the latest update?
It's I'm doing physical therapy twice a week right now, and we're getting just working on getting some more range of motion. I'm at like 45 degrees now, which is huge. It's not much, but it's a lot better than where I was 2 weeks ago, where I wasn't even feeling my fingers. I couldn't move my shoulder around. So it's a lot of great progress, but things gonna take time.
Of course. Do they have a generalized timeline for you?
We totally do, but I'm gonna try to keep that kayfabe. So I
Ten
maybe when I
four.
return, it's a surprise.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
completely
that should be
understand
fun.
that. Now, I do wanna. You're kind of a bunch of stuff balled into one, and I'm really not sure where the connection comes from. So I'd like to hear it directly from you. You go from doing gymnastics 6 to 16 to, which is a long time to do that, which is where you get all your flips and cartwheels, into playing college football while also learning how to wrestle. Like, that's a lot going on. Where's the connection with all that?
The connection is athletics. The connection is my passion for becoming better. The connection is the passion for becoming the best. If I start something, I'm gonna try to finish it. I'm gonna do my best at finishing it. So, I knew I wanted to play college football, and just because I was doing that at the same time as pursuing wrestling, I was going to see out both of those processes. So, um, I think that it it helps me grow as a person to become better with discipline, to become better with goals, to become better at being a team worker. And I think that mix of the quickness and agility and the performance of gymnastics mixed with the intensity and hard hitting of football kind of made me into the perfect prospect to become a pro wrestler. And that's what found me is that pro wrestling found me, and I fell in love, and I started my journey, and I'm still going, and it's been a amazing time.
Now, you've been doing this
Thank
for
you.
about 7 years, give or take.
Yeah.
Started in 2019 for Supreme Pro. Um, and you learn the basics through Supreme Pro, and then I want to know, where did you learn the business side, and have you learned that yet? Because we talk to a lot of people and they say that they've learned the basics and kind of the intro to wrestling from one person, and then years later they learn the business side of the business from somebody else. Do you have somebody like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say perhaps Effie or Gringo Loco. Definitely the GCW crew of Joey Janela helped me understand more of the business side, talking about some of the numbers, talking about some of the opportunities that you could be leaving on the table with merchandise, with other bookings in the same area. So yeah, I would say that once I started getting booked at GCWs, when I started understanding more of the business aspect of it, that you gotta eat some crap for a little bit of losing money every single time you go out for quite a while. But at some point, you got to make a little bit of a twist. That's like, yo, I'm done losing money. Let me at least break even. So
Right.
yeah, those guys definitely helped me understand some of that business aspect of it, and um yeah, yeah, cultivating a fan base, and coming back to those same shows, and, yeah, so those were super helpful for me to learn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you got people talking about the WWE ID prospect, you being one of the early ones that were chosen. I mean, let's be real. Um, First of all, what is it like going through now with your career with that WWE label kind of attached to your name?
It's the best freaking thing that could happen in the world, dude. This is what we're working towards, right, dude? We're independent wrestlers trying to get a job at WWE, and I was able to be lucky enough to be chosen to be one of those first ID prospects. And from that program, I've been given those amazing opportunities here at AAA, where I'm staying, where I'm stoked for the upcoming Triple Mania, where I was able to have amazing matches against Dragon Lee and TJP and Laredo Kid. And yeah, so having that label allowed me to learn things from the best talents in the world and from the best coaches in the world. And, I will have that experience, and it means so much to me that I was chosen to be a part of it. And I was successful enough to get to AAA from it.
Yeah, yeah. You've been having amazing matches in AAA. I feel like that whole style just fits your style, especially with the guys that you've been in the ring with. You guys' chemistries and I got comments about that later, but the magical. That's the only way I can
Oh,
describe it.
thank you, bro.
I mean,
Thank you so much, man.
it's
Thank you.
it's it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Um, so with that being said, I do have kind of a question with the whole ID, how the ID works, because you're in a rare breed of people that can wrestle under the WWE umbrella as AAA and Evolve and stuff, but also get on like a GCW show. Like, how does that work with rights to? Because there's got to be like a contract in there for you to wrestle with them, or is it like a show up by basis, pay by basis type of thing, or by show? Um, does that keep you from signing to like an AEW because you are a WWE prospect?
So with having that brand attached, it allows me to do all the shows that I would like to. I just, of course, with anything, you'd want to prioritize the things that are prioritizing you. So, of course, WWE Evolve and AAA have precedent over anything else that I'm doing. And honestly, if there's promoters out there that wouldn't agree with that, I think that you'd question um their morality and whatnot, because it's a chance to be on a WWE program, and it's that's if there's anywhere you want to be in the world, it should be there. So it means so much to me to be able to be on Evolve and be on AAA at the same time as showing up to a GCW and putting on a fantastic banger against any of the GCW athletes. And I think the only kind of big hitch in the road is not using the promo pictures from directly from WWE. I would say it's just
Ah,
that it's using it's not being able to make money using the media that they've licensed. So other than that, bro, I'm
they've
working
yeah.
wherever and I'm having fun, and I get to jump there and learn stuff from the Undertaker and then come back and learn stuff from Effie. It's dope.
Yeah, it's a really unique position to be in, to be honest. It's something that,
Yeah,
5, 10 years ago would be unheard of. I mean, let's be honest.
totally.
So with that being said, being called up possibly and working Evolve, your name is Jack Cartwheel across everything. And we see
Yep.
people like I know Jimmy House. I know Jimmy House is working on a different name in Evolve at this point. Um, are you worried that you could get called up at some point and have to change your name to like Jackie Gymnastics or Freddie Flippenstein and lose that brand that you've got, or have to change your character? Because honestly, it's not only become part of your character, it's a huge part of your move set at this point.
Totally, totally. I'm not concerned about that at all because I know that I have something great with the cartwheels that I do, and I think that that's part of why I'm being considered and why I've been on AAA and Evolve. And if they wanted to change my name, I would be totally cool with that, man. We're here to do a job. We're here to get better. I don't have any sort of ego. If a name change is the thing that's gonna stop you from achieving your dream, bro, you got the wrong mindset. Yeah, so like
I mean,
that would be no problem.
um, now, okay, you've got a bunch of cartwheels in your move sets. You do anything from
Yeah.
a cartwheel neck breaker to a cartwheel power bomb to a cartwheel elbow. Um, is the next thing doing like a cartwheel almost 21 plex style bandito where the guy's on the ground and you cartwheel him up onto your shoulders and then do like a driver? Is that what's next? I feel like that's the only place we can go from here.
So yeah, there's surprisingly a good amount of ones that I haven't done as much or that I need to do more because yeah, exact. There's definitely a way where I could cartwheel kind of with the 21 plex. If they're on all fours, I can still cartwheel on their back and give them a German, which would be really cool. Think also if they're bent down, Yo-Yo used to do it. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, so if they're bent down in almost a pre-power bomb position, I can cartwheel and finish on right there. There's also the a cartwheel almost into the ropes, the way Jay Lethal would almost do a lethal injection, but imagine you
Oh,
do half a cartwheel into it and then you front flip out. So
okay.
there's still a good amount that I would love to try that I haven't been able to right now.
I it's you're very innovative with just throwing it in there. It seems like there's, and honestly, the first time I seen you at a GCW show down in Little Rock. Um,
Oh, sweet.
hey, you came out and we're doing the cartwheels all the way down the ramp, and I was like, this guy, this cartwheel stuff is pretty. It's got people kind of going, and then the way that you used it in the ring. Like it wasn't just a gimmick. It's in everything that you do. It's
Dude.
amazingly athletic.
Thank you. Yeah, I literally have a whole, notebook just like this with cartwheel moves that it's over 100 different variations of a cartwheel
You
in a
need to get
match.
on and
So,
you need to get on one of those like Raw versus SmackDown 2008 where you can create a move and then just
mm,
start with a cartwheel and then go through the list and see what pops.
I freaking should. That'd be really cool. I like that idea. Heck yeah.
Um, some moves that don't have the cartwheel in it, it's your ridiculous jack arrow that there's no reason human beings should be able to spin and move that quick and have that much control without gravity. Um,
Oh,
But the one that really impresses me is your like flagpole leg sweep. I know you've talked about it before. You go into like a
mhm.
self slingshot elbow. Where did that kind of come from?
So it came from a couple things. I wanted to have some gymnastics roots in a lot of my wrestling movements, and so what that is, the gas handstand that they do on the high bar is the same technique that I use to get into the elbow. So it's rooted in the high bar technique of going into a handstand, and I do that same technique, but then I drop down with an elbow. So it comes from that. And then the flag sweep is a similar thing. I would do it growing up. That one I do have to also mention. There's a guy from the Atlanta area named Ariel Van Gogh, who I saw him do that move first as a great way to set up for that handstand elbow. So I have him to thank for doing it in the ring to show that it was possible. But the idea was also already brewing with the elbow part. But that flag sweep definitely he helped inspire that part.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool. It's a real cool spot. It's it's a fast you have such a fast pace style in the ring, adding the
Mhm.
gymnastics, doing the cartwheels and everything. Some WWE especially emphasizes is slow down. Is it
Mhm.
hard for you to slow down having that fast paced style?
No, I don't think so. No, because I love that perception. That's the perception that we want and need, that yeah, Jack Cartwheel is going so fast, he's doing all these crazy things. And then in the moment in the match when I'm not able to, that's when it means so much more. So I love the perception that I can only move fast, because when it slows down and I can't anymore, it means so much more for the fans who are watching. And then when I finally pop off and I'm able to get that amazing comeback, it it brings that pace back up, and I'm still able to take my time in between the things when it needs to happen. And sometimes it you just got to keep moving and beat up that opponent who's there to try to beat you up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Me and boss, we were prepping for the interview. The way I described you is the athleticism of like a Ricochet or a Will Osprey mixed with the selling style of a Nick Nemeth. That's where I
okay.
get your style in the ring. And I think you against any one of those guys would be magic, would be wonderful.
Dude,
Do you
I
take
agree. That'd be
inspiration
really
for
cool.
any of them?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely, yeah. Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, the selling videos. Those were I was watching tons of compilations of the Dolph Ziggler cool sells, and yeah, of course, yeah. Ricochet, Will Ospreay, everyone who does flips in pro wrestling at this time has taken some sort of inspiration from them. I would also say that there's Shawn Michaels in part of the charisma, and I would say that there's also um Rey Mysterio in the style of structure of the match, and X-Pac because he's helped put together some of these sequences with me. So there's so many inspirations, and uh yeah, it's helped me grow. And when you get to see somebody else do something first, and if it works or not, it helps when you try it,
Yeah, yeah.
you know? Yeah, you know? Yeah.
And talking
Oh,
you kind of brought it up earlier, talking about magical matches. You've had a few recently. You had a triple threat with Laredo Kid and Javon Evans. You had a fatal four way that was great with Laredo Kid and TJP and Dragon Lee, getting a match with Dragon Lee again. I know you've always been excited about that. Um,
completely.
so having matches, multi matches like that, what's it like to work with all those people at the same time in the ring together like that?
It's super electric, and it's also very satisfying to be in that ring with so many amazing talents who have done incredible things in this business. And Javon Evans is one of the top stars in WWE right now, one of the best rising stars. And to be able to hear his feedback and to um understand his ideas and to go out there and face him showed me that I'm ready to be at a similar level. Same with Dragon Lee and Laredo Kid and TJP, that I went out and showed out. I wasn't just another guy in the match. And I think that that's the most
Yeah,
important thing, that I had fans of my own who were there cheering for me, not just there being excited for the match. No, they wanted to see that that guy win the match. So it being in there with those guys means a lot because of how great they are and the things that I can learn from them in the process. And yeah, I'm just trying to be like my guy SpongeBob and soak it all in.
now I'm gonna ask you probably a loaded question here. AAA does a lot more. Like I said, I think it's built for your style. They do a lot more multi-man matches than they do singles matches. Would you rather work a multi-man, a six-man tag, a fatal four-way match where you've got more talent around you? You'll still probably get some good spots in, but it's not as focused on you centrally. Or would you rather a singles match where you know you're going
I
to get
think
your
it
stuff in?
Yeah, like it would just depend on the situation. I feel like, if me and Cappuccino Jones, we got a problem with the tag team somewhere over there, I would much rather it be a tag team. But if it's me chasing this Crucero championship, I would much rather it be a singles match. Unless, I got some problems with some other people who are in the situation. In that case, bring them all. Bring them all. I'm down with a six man, with a four-way, with a singles match. Yeah, I think it just also depends on, where we're going and what the reason to have this match is.
Right.
Yeah, or on like on a game on a GCW when they have such a packed show with five really great singles matches, and they need a six man to pull off the pull down the intensity and bring a little bit more flair for a couple minutes. But yeah, exactly what you were saying with AAA. There's much less singles matches, which is what made that Dragon Lee match in Monterrey mean so much, that I was able to have that opportunity against a real WWE Raw talent. And yeah, it went great.
And both of those matches listed, I just talked about, both are praised by a lot of people. And there's two common denominators in Jack Cartwheel and Laredo Kid. I'm just throwing out the math here.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
Now, let's be honest. I think you're made to be a WWE babyface. I think that's with the making the kids, laugh and cartwheels and making everybody smile. And I can already see the crazy Royal Rumble save spot where you're doing some gymnastics thing to get from eliminated. Or I can see the
For
the
sure.
build up for the Money in the Bank ladder match with you and Dragon Lee. Like I can picture all of this like already. Um,
Oh,
have you ever thought about if something happened and you had to go the other side and you had to
oh
base
yeah.
more of a heel-like character?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thought about it a lot, and I've thought about it a lot, and you'd wanna do it, but, it I don't know if it makes you necessarily automatically a better wrestler. It's a thing that is like hanging over your head like, "Oh, you could do this." It's like that devil on your shoulder. It's like, "Oh, if you turned heel, you could be mean to everyone and it would be okay." But but we can't do that. I'm not ready to turn on myself like that just yet. But, I have thought about it. Cart heel is right there. I could be a jerk who's so
Oh,
good that I could be a jerk who's so
ooh.
good that can wrestle and do cartwheels while I'm doing it, and say stuff like, "All you people in the crowd, you wish you had abs like this," and stuff like that, but I'm not doing that yet. But, maybe something could happen that will turn my mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just throwing it out there, especially if it happens in AAA, you wear a lucha mask that's got an upside down like demon Palpatine on it type looking thing. So then when you do your cartwheel or handstand, they're looking directly into demon Palpatine's eyes. Like it's right there. I'm just
I
throwing
like
that out
it.
there. You could
I
write
like
that
it.
down.
Like Palpatine from Star Wars?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, alright, yeah, hell yeah. Alright. Like, and do I not know a different Palpatine? But yeah, okay. Palpatine from
Right.
Star
I
Wars.
mean, there might be another one.
No, but yeah, something that when I'm upside down, it looks like something else would be really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like when Bray Wyatt did during his black light match, he did the upside down hanging with the black lights, and he had the design of like something else
Yeah,
upside down. Like I'm telling you,
right.
it'd
That'd
be
be cool.
sick. It'd be sick.
Heck yeah.
You could also just do the whole like I'm gonna do, it, and then you just don't. That's easy
Totally.
heat right there. That's
And
your.
that's right there for me too when I need it. When I really need it, I'll pull that card.
um, I'm gonna ask you a question, and it's not meant to be disrespectful. It's more of a look back at self reflection.
Sure.
You are WWE prospect, ID prospect. You are right on the brink of that next level, right on the brink of smashing through the ceiling, getting to that next level, whether it be NXT, whether you're right there. Okay. what's the one thing you think, or if there's multiple thing, that's keeping you from smashing through that ceiling at this point?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Timing. And right now it's the elbow, but that's gonna subside. I've worked on my speech, I've worked on my character. I know how to describe why I'm here now. And I don't think that there's anybody else who can deny that I want the big challenges, and I'm ready for the big challenges. I want to, and even if I fail, I'm ready to try and fail. That's okay with me. But yeah, I'm right there, and yeah, it's just the process of it. It's making sure that when I have that opportunity, I knock it through the park, like with that Laredo kid and Javon Evans match, with the TJP match, with the Dragon Lee match. You know, you got all you can do is prepare to be in that situation, and when it happens, you just gotta break through. And yeah, I mean, I think that it's it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
I'm making good AAA appearances, and it's just a matter of time till more of us get integrated into NXT. And I'm going to stick to my stuff and put in the work to make it happen.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we're all waiting for it too. It's right around the corner. We all see it coming. Like I said, I'm already seeing the WWE moments at the Royal Rumble in front of me. So it's bound to happen. You're too talented, too young, too good looking. I'm telling you, you're gonna go far. And I'm again appreciate you coming on and giving us the time. I got two questions I have to ask for every interview I do right at the end. But before I get into the TB2, I got one last question. You're a fan of Roller Coaster Tycoon, a fan of amusement parks. You spent some
There we
time in
go.
Japan. I was stationed
Oh
in
yeah.
Japan for 2 years. Have
Okay.
you been to Fuji Q Highlands yet over there in Japan?
No, no, I haven't. No, I just did the basic
Okay.
Disneyland stuff in Tokyo. I don't know that park.
So look up Fuji Q Highlands next time you get some time in Japan. They
Okay.
it's up towards Mount Fuji, but you can get the scene of you doing a cartwheel in front of Mount Fuji because you can see it right there in the background. They've got some Guinness
Um,
record roller coasters that you can only ride in Japan. And now, granted, this has been 12 years ago, so there's a chance that some of them don't still hold the record. But
okay.
at the time they did, and it's a great place if you enjoy amusement parks and whatnot. I I highly recommend.
That sounds really cool. I will look it up tonight. Heck yeah. Dude, yeah,
Highly
that would
recommend.
be really
Loved
fun.
Japan.
Yeah. Some Guinness World Records too.
So
That's really
yeah, it's a blast. Speaking of Guinness real quick, is there an update on your record? You're 26 and 30?
there's no update. There is no update, unfortunately. No, there yeah.
We're on our toes. We're waiting for it. We're waiting to we
Thank
can
you.
pick up the book, the first book that's got it in there.
Man, yeah, I can't wait for it too.
I'm
It's
gonna
just the dude who did it before weighed like 86 pounds, so it's hard to do faster than him.
that's that's fair. That's fair.
But if anyone can, it should be me. So,
Well, I'm gonna pick up the book. If it goes in there, I'm gonna pick up the book and I'm gonna find you and have you sign it at the show. That's I'm
yes.
like, yeah, I interviewed
Yes.
that guy.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, last two questions. The TB2. One's a little bit more negative. One ending on a positive note. I ask everybody that comes on here. Number one, what's a pet peeve that you've gotten in wrestling?
Hmm. 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 This is a good one. This is a pet peeve when people flex that they didn't do much in their matches. That people are will brag about not doing much, and that I
Yeah,
think that's a big problem for a lot of reasons, because you're bragging because you didn't do much work. And it's one thing, and it's not good. It's one thing if
yeah,
it's great, if it's getting great reactions, you can hear it, and people later are talking about, you don't have to be doing what I'm doing to have a great match, but it annoys me when people aren't getting successful, but they are very content in coming back and being like, "That was good and we didn't do anything." So that, it's like, "Was it though?" So I would say that's a pet peeve.
That's fair. That's I could in your line of work, I say that's perfectly fair.
Right. Yeah.
um, last question. You're still semi young into your career. I mean, you've got some years of experience, but you're the people that are main eventing on the main roster in their 40s, so you're on the younger side of things. Um, what's some advice that you could give some of the newer people coming into the business, some of the younger guys coming up into the business?
Man, a couple things I would say. First, be patient. It's so easy to get caught up in other people's success, and it's so important to understand that everyone has a different path, and it's so easy to get jealous at one person getting this opportunity or another person getting there, but, like, everyone has a different path, and what your struggles have been doesn't relate to what somebody else has been through, that you can't comparison is is evil. I'm forgetting I'm forgetting the phrase. There's a phrase that's like comparison is the enemy of joy, I think is the word. So, don't compare yourself when the crowd is quiet. It doesn't mean that they're not interested. When the crowd is quiet, it means that they like when somebody's about to shoot a free throw to win the game, that's when the crowd is quiet because they're because
Yep,
they're leaning in. You see what? Because it's so easy when no sound is happening to freak out and feel like you have to do something when really it's just the audience is being quiet because they're really interested and they're leaning in. Um, and to wrestle for the fans, not to wrestle for yourself. That yeah, we want to do 10 things because it's cool for us, but to the fans, they haven't even registered what's happened yet. So, yeah, I would say all those things would be good to learn if you're just starting out.
yeah. Jack, thank you so much for joining us. If you could let them know
Yeah.
what you got coming up, where to follow you, and any last words to the people watching.
I'm going to say this as a joke, but this popped in my head. Wait, sorry, were you going to say something?
No,
Okay, no, I was gonna say, well, I've got PT coming on Wednesday. I got PT coming again next Monday. I got another session of PT happening next Wednesday, and then the Monday after that, I have another PT session. But yeah, I'm on
that's a full
Instagram.
calendar.
Yeah, trying to get better. Um, but I'm on Instagram at Jack Cartwheel, on X, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, all Jack Cartwheel. I'm probably the most active on that Instagram account though. And I have t-shirts and 8x10s that I sell on my Big Cartel website. The links to that should be on all my social medias. So if you want to support, you go grab a Jack Cartwheel shirt and hopefully when I'm back, we can meet in person, and come to a show.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been wonderful. Jack, you've been amazing. I appreciate your time. I appreciate all the answers and the openness that you've had today. It's been wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of TB2. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all the good stuff. Show Jack some love. Make sure you subscribe to everything that he's on. Make sure you go get a t-shirt. I'm sure there's one where he's upside down doing a nice, perfect cartwheel. Um, until next time, thanks, Jack. We're out.
Man, thank you guys. See you later. Adios.